The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final episode of Series 4 of What's the Script, the very Scottish movie review / comedy podcast. It is our 100th movie review. Round of applause, Chris. How are you, buddy? You all right?
Yes, I'm tickety-boo. But by the way, this is me on my holidays. I'm off to the 22nd there. If you can see the shirt and the hat there that I meant to wear when we were doing Jurassic Park.
If you are listening, spared no expense. If you are listening to this audibly, please get over to the YouTube and check out Chris's attire. He's a cross between Dickie Attenborough and the corrupt lawyer in Jurassic Park. You're like smashing, mate. You suit that.
I know, mate. I know. I've told you, mate. I'm not supposed to live in Scotland. I'm supposed to live in some warm climate somewhere. We're walking about with a hanky. See, just about your hanky, just dabbing my lower neck at times.
Aye. Do you know what? You need to get a hanky out later for your mama sure does love your schooling. Mama.
Oh, fucking aye. But this is Paul's just probably finding out I'm off if he's listening to this right now. So, Paul, enjoy.
Hey. Aye, folks. So, listen, we've got a wee tipple here. Chris has got a wee tiny 2-pint tumbler, and I've got my Estrella there because I'm in my mother's doing this, and I've not got any pint tumblers. I've got one. It's a Magners one. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not putting lag on a cider tumbler.
Oh no, mixing brands. What are we, heathens?
Nah, exactly. Do you know, I've accumulated about 10 Rangers pint tumblers in the last 20 years, and they're all been packed out. Fucking mental. Hey ho. So, yes, folks, this is our 100th movie review in line with the series. We've obviously done other ones, collaborations and stuff like that as well. But thank you for joining us. We hope you join us in a little celebration tipple while you listen. Not if you're driving, obviously. Don't drink and drive. That's just fucking stupid, that. You know what I mean?
Well, unless you're cool as fuck, then do it. And let the English see you do it.
Aye. So this might be a chance for us to go over some old episodes and relive some of our piss takes and all that. But obviously we are here to review a film. And Chris picked it last week. Chris, what did you pick?
I picked the classic Forrest Gump, which, not personally, but I've read recently that people think it is overrated and don't like the film. So I thought we'd do this. Why? Out of interest? Aye, because like I says, anybody I've spoken about Forrest Gump, they like the film, watch the film, whatever. But I've seen it on the internet and all that stuff, that it's just, they say it's overrated. So, again, subjective and all that stuff, but they're wrong.
Aye, sometimes you've just got to backhand or somebody that says a thing. Nah, each to their own, right? I've no doubt there's people out there that don't like this film, and I'm so sorry for them and their family and their friends and anybody that talks to them, because they must be sad, fucking depressing bastards. Really must. That being said, this movie, for me and for you, is a cinematic triumph that if you haven't seen, see if you have not seen this movie, I'm jealous, because to see this for the first time, would be amazing again. However, I've still tear up at this movie. But 30 years now. 30 years down the line, Chris, mate.
Aye. There's so many crying wanks in this film. So many. It just each it's like they're like full stops and sentences. It's I mean, every main character suffers at one point. It's
Aye.
maybe that's what lends it to a lot of people liking it. Maybe it's just that true to life. Know what I mean?
Aye. Everybody's got a struggle. Everybody hits a hard time. And I think the endearing thing about Forrest, the character of Forrest Gump, when he doesn't really know it's a hard time. He just gets on with it. He's got his morals. He's got what his mother taught him, and there's nothing grey area about it. He's amazing. It's an amazing character by an amazing actor. And before we even go any further and talk about it, I'm going to say this is my favourite role for Tom Hanks. I know we done Private Ryan. We gave that a 10 out of 10, and he was flawless in that. We done Castaway, didn't we?
Yeah.
And have we done any other Tom Hanks? I'm not sure. I want to say we have, but I can't really remember offhand.
Not sure, mate.
But the guy.
But aye, you're right. This is the one. When I think Tom Hanks, I think Forrest Gump. So I'm in the same boat as you, mate.
So listen, we'll get into how it came about him getting the role and blah 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 down the line of that, obviously, when we talk about it. But before we do, for all you people that don't have a clue about Forrest being a Gump, Forrest is a man with a low IQ. He recounts the early years of his life finding himself in the middle of some of the world's key historical events. But all Forrest really wants is to be reunited with his childhood sweetheart, Jenny. Very, very small synopsis there, but that is the crux. That's all he wants. Chris, tell us some stuff about it. Who's in it and financials and all that, mate?
Oh, right. Well, forgive me if I butcher some people's names here, because it is possible here.
Mykelti. Mykelti, that's his name.
So we'll get Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, or Sneeze, or Sinus, depends where you're from and how you say it. Sally Field, Mykelti Williamson, Haley Joel Osman, Michael Connor Humphreys, Hanna R. Hall, and Siobhan Fallon Hogan. So that's really your main characters. Like Michael Connor Humphreys and Hanna R. Hall were the two, like young Forrest and young Jenny. You know what I mean? But it's cast go. It's solid, isn't it?
That is very solid. There is obviously a very wider cast because it darts so much through history, but that's the poignant core crux of the cast, man, that's throughout the movie. It's amazing, mate. Even the young ones in it do their part, didn't they?
I will. If anybody's watched this, they've probably done the Forrest Gump accent, but the accent actually came to Michael Connor Humphreys, know what I mean? And Tom Hanks is just like, oh, this is the accent we need to do, lads.
Aye, so much so that nobody wanted Tom Hanks to do that accent, didn't you know? But he's adamant, he says, look, I'm doing it, like it or lump it, because they were feared it was going to be ridiculed and looked upon as taking the piss. But
I mean,
Hanks, man.
I mean, we could have got Nicolas Cage's like southern accent, know what I mean? Break up the fan channel. Dear hummingbird.
Put the bunny back in the box. Well, by the way, do you know, can I just say before we go any further, we might know you've even had Tom Hanks. I've got it down that Bill Murray, John Travolta, and Chevy Chase all turned down the role of Forrest Gump. Travolta later admitted that passing on the role was a mistake. Bill Paxton was one of Robert Zemeckis' initial first choices for the role, but the studio demanded somebody with more star power. And the novel's author, Winston Groom, had always envisioned John Goodman as Gump. who is about £300. But in the novel, Forrest Gump's meant to be a £300 man. So it
Aye.
could have been a right different movie, mate.
Aye, definitely, mate. Even the hangman, the director, apparently it was Terry Gillingham, one of the him had done that film I was telling you last week, Brazil. He done the other film, 12 Monkeys. That he was apparently offered to direct it first. This film could have been so different.
Aye, super different, man. Definitely.
Oh,
But obviously,
an absolute brain melt.
right, exactly. So it's almost 30 years old. It's 30 years old this year in October. How did it do financially, mate, that you've got written down?
Oh, yeah.
Beep, 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 beep,
People
beep,
are fair minted.
beep, beep.
They were minted after this, I tell you. Well, the budget apparently was $55 million. So that's not to be sniffed at. And according to the interwebs, my sources on the interwebs, it was $678 that it brought in. Now, that's a no bad coupon win, that.
That is financial success. So Paramount Pictures were obviously rubbing their wee horns after it stopped getting put in the cinema. Amazing return for. I was surprised how low the budget was, to be honest with you.
I consider, again, like we said in the past, see films that are set in time periods and all that. Usually that eats up a sizable chunk of the budget, and this goes through that many different periods. Know what I mean? Like all the vehicles and the costumes and all that stuff. Know what I mean? So it was, aye. Plus,
also,
even the bits in Vietnam and all that with the helicopters and stuff, that must have cost a shiny penny. Know what I mean? So,
no half. I mean, even the CGI bits where they superimposed Forrest into actual historical footage, that was groundbreaking at the time. Nobody had ever done that before, and that ate up a lot of the budget apparently. But the most difficult effect that they done on set, and the one that proved hardest to get right, was the feather. Amazing, isn't it?
See, right, we're going to ask a question. Was the feather necessary?
Aye.
For
Why you even fucking arguing that?
I mean, but why?
Because when a feather falls, it's an angel.
Okay, my boss.
No, it's not your boss. It came off a birthday.
That angel needs sacked. Get the Hangman brothers, the Winchester brothers onto this. It's not on. Fucking. Oh, I've got a guardian angel. You've got a what?
Shout Castiel. Get that big jaggy silver spike into them. It's meant to be a feather from an angel's wing. That's what I always say. It's the old saying. So it starts off that Forrest is obviously being touched by an angel. And by the way, fucking as an angel, right? Don't get me started. See, you mentioned there about the choppers in Vietnam. For some reason, the boys wanted to watch King Kong all day, right? So I put Skull Island on. And see, in America, is there just a place that has a fucking rake of 1960s choppers just sitting there?
There's going to be. And they all play Fortunate Son. That's it's a one built-in track.
Aye. I'm a fortunate son.
Even the Vietnamese are like that. Oh, the Americans are here.
Aye. Oh, so stealth mode today, David. No, we're getting hot, we're getting fucking loud, and we're getting and giving them a right good bit of notice.
No, but you're right, man. There's an awful lot of choppers hanging about. Know what I mean?
Oh, I love it when a chopper comes out. Right. I really don't. I'm not that way inclined. I don't like my chopper, I'll tell you that. So let me say this to you. IMDb 8.8 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes critic score 76%. I can deal with that. maybe know the Rotten Tomatoes, but we've divulged over the last 10 episodes that Rotten Tomatoes is just a piece of shite, isn't it?
Well, aye, it's because I mean this has got 76%, and well, I know people probably already know this, but The Last Jedi that I don't rate is up at what fucking 86 or something like that.
You're
So
kidding. You're fucking joking, is it?
I swear, mate, I swear. So, but the audience scores beside it, and it tells the real story. But aye, but aye, let's see the criticism for this, right? Apparently, right, the big thing for the critics and all this, like people either loved it or hated it when it came to the critics, right? And it seems like the mainstay for the criticism for it was very pro-conservative.
What?
Aye.
Because
So
of the presidents that were in show?
no, just because like Forrest Gump goes to school, he gets educated, he serves in the military, comes out, works hard, builds a business, becomes a millionaire, and all that shit, right? And then there's the side of Jenny, right, who doesn't dairy things. She becomes a free spirit and her life ends up wasted. She ends up on drugs and she ends up dead. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's what people were what drop, but again, if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you've seen, that's what you've seen. But the way I seen it was just destiny. You know what I mean?
Yes. And
Certain things are
also,
set for people.
the overriding listen, destiny, yes, definitely, right? Whether you believe in that shit or no, I don't care. I just, but the overriding message in this film for me is that his mother says it to him. Don't let anybody think they're better than you. You're no different from anybody else. And this just proves that in the face of adversity, which his mental capacity clearly is, he can do anything. And he did it. He did it. So it's a story of hope, isn't it?
Aye. No, I mean it's what I say is, mate, because I went looking to see, like, because what I say is at the beginning, anybody ask about this film, they all like it. You know what I
You
mean?
dove deep, sir. You dove deep.
uh, I had to go reading, but it's. I mean, look, I can see what they're talking about and all, but for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? It's. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know whether to say it's
for
far
me,
reaching or something to take that fit.
that's a choice. They've chose to look at it that way, which is bang order. To be honest with you, it's fucking shite. It's Forrest. I mean, I've got it on above me now, right? It's the college stage, and when he's playing football, it gets used. People use him because he's fast, right? For college football, he gets used and gets made fun of. But again, he has used that to his advantage to get a college degree. You know what I mean? It's just,
it's just what I say is that the way they say it was like pro-conservative, and that seemed to be the underlying issue with a lot of it is, well, obviously, like the comparison between the two, like the characters Jenny and Forrest, and how her life goes down the tubes practically because she doesn't abide by the system, sort of thing. I was like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, but I'd rather just go down the line of like destiny, fate. That's what it was meant to be. Certain people come into your life, whereas Jenny didn't have the people coming into her life. Know what I mean?
Aye. So a lot of people coming into her face, right?
Hey.
Into her vagina, and that, you know what I mean? Coming in that way, but we'll talk about her. We'll talk about that bitch shortly. I'm only kidding. Jenny's got her demons and all, and I'm not going to. I was going to be scathing for comedy's sake, and I might still be for a wee bit of God's sake later, but we'll get to it. Now, before we go further as well, can I just tell you people that this won 6 Academy Awards at the Oscars. It got Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Director, Best Picture, Best Visual Effects, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Film Editing. Not only that, it was nominated on a whole for 61 awards, not just Academy Awards, like other awards and all that, and it won 29. It won half of what it was put up for, which just tells you the gravitas of this movie. So see if you're sitting there slagging it, if you're one of the critics and all that, don't you feel fucking stupid?
The Oscars alone, I think it was 13 Oscars it was nominated for. Know what I mean? So, that's again, baffles me how there was criticism yet, how people don't like it. But obviously, like I says, mate, there's people that like The Last Jedi. Who am I to say boo? So, don't worry, I'm going to keep bringing it up.
Well, you can probably tell by now that I'm getting a bit angry and passionate about this movie, because we always say, I love that movie, I'll die in that hill, and you really don't half the time. But see, this one, I'll come to blows with people about this movie, because I just think it's so good, it's so flawless. It's been with me for 30 fucking years, and I still get emotional. I still got a lump in my throat.
Because people texted at me and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about his V-Mod dying. And I was like, she's so brash about it and all. I'm dying, Forrest. Like that. For fuck's sake.
That's quite funny in itself, because when he's grown up as a wee boy, she tells him what he needs to hear, even though it's a lot of shite. Like, my dad is on vacation. Mama, what's vacation? And instead of saying your dad's fucked off, son, she says, vacation's when you go somewhere and you don't ever come back. So imagine somebody trying to ask him if he wants to go on holiday later. No, I don't want to go on vacation. No, I want to come home. But then, she goes for that, for sugarcoating life, to the fact he walks into her bedroom and, matter of fact, I'm done, Forrest.
I'm getting dreaded luggy.
I get allergy after your headmaster 35 years ago.
I know. He's a creepy bastard, that head teacher. He needs fucking shot.
He does, but I'm proud of him at the same time, because he saw an opportunity and he fucking went for it. On your cell there, mate. And you've got his hat on, so you support him and all, you dirty bastard. But Sally Field's obviously up for it. You know what I mean? We won't talk about 5 little points here. Surely there's something can be done. And then his answer is just the best. There, Mr. Gump. Miss Gump. You just see her wee eyes going, oh.
Clear.
Knocked her right out her wee toeless sandals.
Oh,
obviously, the guy's obviously got a right bad chest or something. It was like Mr. T.
Oh dear.
Hey boy, come here, boy. Well on there, boy. Hey, woman.
He's a dirty bastard. But yeah, see, we're talking about Fortunate Son, right? You've already said the last episode, like, you had the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
See, apparently, right, the soundtrack sold like 12 million copies to a film. Know what I mean?
That's tremendous, isn't it?
It's next level. It's next level.
That is tremendous.
Like, obviously, the soundtrack in it is superb. It's not until soon you're sitting watching it and then you go, oh, fuck aye. Because see what I've noticed and all recently while we've been doing this, see watching films, there'll be songs in the films that I've got on playlists now and I don't know where they came from. And it isn't until I start watching films again and you go, oh yeah, there's that fucking thing there.
Goodbye, horses.
Would you fuck me? I fuck me so hard.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket. There you go. That's one you can go back to for Silence of the Lambs. You're right, mate. You're right. Soundtrack is off the charts. You see it quite a lot on Twitter. People asking what's the best soundtrack come to the movie and all that. And I generally always either say this or the Magic album by Queen for Highlander. But this, every song it's poignant for the time period, but it's also poignant for the exact scene that's happening at that time. I mean, there's the Doors, Don't You Love Her Madly? And Jenny is fucking walking out another bad relationship. Don't you love her as she's walking out the door? She's Offski. You're like, fucking, how good is that?
Aye, mate. As mate, it fits every decade they've written, doesn't it? And it's because obviously, if you're about Disney, know Elvis is in this. The real Elvis, not the fake Elvis. It's a real Elvis. You know what I mean?
Elvis.
But I mean, you start with that stuff. Then obviously Vietnam, Fortunate Son, and all that, the Beach Boys and stuff, into the Doors, and just keeps going, man. It's brilliant. The soundtrack is cool. It's definitely up there.
Oh, amazing.
I know
segue into Elvis. I know the young ones, bastards. Because this goes from the 50s right through to the late 70s.
Yeah.
I'm not going to on me. I can't remember if there's a smack in the 80s at the end, but there might be. I'm sure there is, because it's 1981 when he meets Jenny. I'm sure there is. I just can't remember what the song is. Elvis. Right, so the guy that played Elvis wasn't end a great notoriety, but I was today years old doing my research on this when I found out who done his voice. Did you know?
No.
Kurt Russell.
Oh,
Kurt
right.
Russell, who played Elvis in was it 1979 or 19 whatever?
That's a smashing film. That I've not seen that in years.
See, when I read that, I had to sit back and go, "That's fucking genius, by the way, absolutely genius." And then I heard them doing it for the first time in 30 years. I'm like, I'm fucking delighted with that shit.
Funny you should say 30 year. This month, I think, maybe this month. It's this month is the 30th anniversary of Forrest Gump.
No, it's not, Jenny. It's October.
I tell you, mate. Go.
Oh well,
go
do you know
look
what?
At it.
You might be right. I've got the release date in the UK, so there you go. I got it wrong earlier on. I retract my statement. 30
Stupid is as stupid does.
Are you stupid or something? Stupid as in spell. 30 here. Great. I was 16, 1994. Excuse me. Wow. 6 in a row season. that's how I always date things.
Aye. Bye. Apparently so. 30th anniversary, which, by the way, was done completely by mistake. You know, and the only reason I found out is because I was looking through, see the City World app. You see what was at the cinema, and they're showing this for the 30th anniversary. So there you go.
Wow, there you go. Well, there you are, folks. Go and see it. Give yourself a treat. Get it watching the big screen because it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. You said to me in the text last night that you didn't want to write down favourite scenes, didn't you know? What was your thoughts behind that?
No, because, see, if I'm being honest with you, mate, I didn't particularly have a favourite scene. I've got favourite sections of the film, aye, but scene-wise, I think it's more just the two scenes I wrote down. Well, of 3 scenes, it's more really down to Tom Hanks's acting that kind of makes that was brilliant. But as a whole, there's no like a set scene that I'm like that. Or that's my favourite bit of that. Know what I mean?
So good,
But
man.
probably one of them is when see Lieutenant Dan when they're recovering in hospital and it's at night, and Lieutenant Dan pulls him off his bed and starts pulling him about destiny. Like,
Aye.
you ruined my destiny and all that, and it's just down to old Gary's acting. You know what I mean? Like, that was his destiny. Was he supposed to do now? He doesn't want to live as a cripple sort of thing, you know what I mean? And you're just going, oh my boy, oh my boy.
Aye. And that's the third film that Gary Sinise done with Tom Hanks. He done Apollo 13. He done The Green Mile. We've done that. There you go. That's another Tom Hanks one we've done.
True, there you go.
And there's a cracking aftermath to the story of Forrest Gump where Gary Sinise is concerned, because for 30 years he's been head of a charity for Vietnam vets and war vets in general of America. And it's all through his character, Lieutenant Dan, that he's managed to raise millions of pounds for ex-service in America. Heartwarming, isn't it?
Aye. He also plays as part of the Lieutenant Dan band that performs on army bases around the world, which is us like, yeah, you can't whack that.
Do you think today's ZZ Tops, he's got legs, knows how to lose them. Hey,
oh, fuck's sake, man. Yeah, you're right, mate. Just some good has come out of this film, because obviously, I think playing his character, they kind of got a semblance of this is what these poor bastards go through, sort of thing. So, millions.
It says he did go and sit with vets and all that and talk to them and hear about their struggles and their time in the Kong, the Viet Cong and all that shit. And obviously it struck a chord. Obviously as well, Tom Hanks has been very, very supportive with him, and he's helped out as well, which is great. But Gary Sinise is one of the actors that he's no superstar level, but he's fucking no far off it for me. I think he's a great actor.
He's superb, mate. I'm going to say it. Going to say it for the last of this series. Got a lot of time for that guy.
Hey!
But again, this is a film I think of when I think of Gary Sinise. Know what I mean? Obviously, I think the first thing I seen him in was Mice and Men, which is another fucking another tearjerker, shall we say? Know what I mean? But superb, mate. Got a lot of time for him.
Got a lot of time for him. He's actually got a vast body of work.
Oh, he is. Yes.
And,
I remember watching one years ago with him, mate. It was called Imposter or something, I think.
Oh, I've seen that. That's good.
Aye.
That's a good film.
Aye, again, mate. You just go doing these wee tunnels and then you just fight the film. Oh, there's Weird Gary. I'll put that on.
By the way, we've been so excited to get into this movie. That's my fault. I never once said that we are obviously What's the Script, and you can find us in all the digital and electrical platforms that you so choose to do. But where else, for the last time this series, Chris, where else could they possibly find us?
Oh, you've caught me on the hop here. I've got my heat in movies and all that.
All right,
but, aye. So yesterday was obviously the election. You know what I mean? And I mean, apparently, see, just out there somewhere in Britain, there's a ballot box that hasn't been counted yet. See, if you go to the bottom of that ballot box, see right in the corner, right in the very corner, that's where you'll find What's the Script.
Waving at you for the darkness.
Aye. Aye.
Can I believe I fucking skipped that whole introductory part? We've not even discussed what we watched in the last week, or fuck all.
I'll catch it at the end. I'll catch it at the end. There you go, people. You need to hang about for. See, when you used to get wee toys in your cereal box, you need to get right to the bottom of the cereal box to get your wee bit at the end there.
That's for true. That's for true. So, there you go. So, Gary Sinise, we were just talking about, they're absolutely brilliant. Sally Field, she seems as if she's been about for a million years. In actual fact, she's only 6 or 7 year old on Tom Hanks, which is quite funny, playing his mother and stuff. But she's kind of a national treasure in America as well, isn't she? For like Cannonball Run to
Aye,
this.
she's good enough, mate. I watched a film of hers recently or something. Not Without My Daughter or something, I think it is. She's obviously an American woman. I'm sure it's a ranch she's staying in. I think it's Molina, could be her husband in it. And he's a bit of a bastard, but she'll not leave the country without her daughter. I think it's Iran, maybe, they're in. But it was alright. It was alright. A 90s film. Might be on Netflix or something. But aye. But she's also a two-time Academy Award winner, I know. So
Yes.
she's not exactly shite at her job. Know what I mean?
No, she's not. I even think she's good in the fucking as Aunt May and the Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield ones as well. I just think she's a cracking, very endearing actress. She was it was quite funny. I was looking back at some stuff for Cannonball Run, and the critics slated the choice of her being in Cannonball Run because she wasn't deemed the most beautiful person at the time to be Burt Reynolds' love interest and all that, which was quite fucking harsh, man. But and I think Stewie done it in Family Guy, I know, didn't he? Yes, Bandit. Go and get some of that fine Sally Field tail.
Aye. But I mean, how the world has changed, Imagine them fucking saying that now. They'd be fucking lynched.
Aye, definitely. She's beautiful. She's comfortable in her own skin. For fuck's sake.
But and then we've obviously got Robin Wright and all, who smashing. I don't mind at all. And I don't know if you've watched House of Cards, but she was smashing in that, by the way.
Oh, aye. She can smoke a fag out my window anytime in the House of Cards, kind of, you know what I mean? But aye, fucking Kevin Spacey shit hot in that.
There'll be some poor American guy like that. He's trying to get it to shoot people for the window.
She's brilliant. Great actress. Fucking married to Sean Penn once upon a time ago, I know, man. That must have been quite a funny household. He's a fucking nut job, that kid. But she's a great actress. In this as well, she morphs for time to time, and you see her journey as a person. You see her embracing the world. Like, you know what I mean? She's 1 minute she's wanting to sing in a rundown club, then she's away with the peace people and becomes a hippie, and she's great. I'm getting tongue-tied talking about her. She's fucking brilliant.
Aye, her character is particularly tragic. No, I mean, it's.
As I said, I was going to come in here and slate her for being a bitch to Forrest, but she's had her demons, and she's actually thinks she's doing Forrest a service by staying away because she knows she's fucked up, which all stems from her childhood, where she was obviously molested by her father after her mother passed away at a young age and all that. It's tragic, mate.
She just seems to, fall in with the wrong crowd, do all the wrong things, and ends up just a mad drifter, you know what I mean? But she seems to square herself up at the end, you know what I mean? But I don't know if that's because she ends up having her wee boy, you know what I mean? But here's a question, right? See, spoiler alert if you've not seen it, but see if she wasn't dying, right? Would she have told Forrest about their boy? Or would she have happily went on leaving him in the lurch?
No, I should have told him. However, I think she knew she was dying when she comes back to Alabama and stays with him for that period, and obviously rapes him in the night to get his seed. I think she knew. I think she knew then. Like it says herself, he went, all she done was sleep all the time and all that. So I actually know she's ill then. You know what I mean?
Aye. But then this is also where the backlash on the internet comes for Jenny.
Jenny.
That did she in fact then infect Forrest with her illness?
No. And I'll tell you why. Because from the power of the Tinterwebs and from the author of the book and the follow-up book, by the way, which I have ordered and looking very, very forward to reading, we now know what the virus was. So let me read this out to you, people. The virus that claims Jenny's life is not specified in the movie. Director Robert Zemeckis never revealed that her affliction was, stating that it was really didn't matter, it was irrelevant, and that he didn't even tell Robin Wright, the actress. Jenny says in the movie that the doctors don't know what the virus is and that they can do nothing about it. Now, this information, combined with the time period in which she got sick, early 80s, coincided with the HIV epidemic. So many people assumed Jenny died of AIDS. However, in the sequel book, Gump and Co., the author mentions that Jenny dies from hepatitis C, which was contracted as a former drug addict in the 70s. Hep C was not isolated and named until 1989. It was often fatal until effective treatments were developed during the 2000s. So this disease, in fact, had been around for an extremely long time, but bundled in with the diagnosis of the single illness of hepatitis. So it was incurable when she contracted it through the dirty needles. Dirty needles, the bastard.
Been watching with the dirty needles again. Oh, what? Aye. Aye, so it was always a thing that kind of set people off on the internet, that she was climbing on top of Forrest with a crooked fanny there. Know what I mean? So it's just, it just wasn't, it just had to be put to bed there.
Oh, I can see him fighting her off, know what I mean?
Aye.
Why are you...
Jenny!
Why are you doing that, Jenny? But I was pleased to see that he built up a bit of tolerance over the years, because the first time he touched her boobie, he went...
He's an office pop.
Aye, I made a mess of your roommate's dressing gown, Jenny. She's like,
oh, fucking hell, man. Aye, it's just... Aye, I'm just wondering, it's a thing I've always wondered. If she wasn't dying, would she have bothered even telling him about the wee boy? So...
Aye, I get you. But then, obviously, I don't know how she couldn't know of dying or not, because he deserved to know he was a father. And for all I think, in entirety, that she'd done everything she'd done for Forrest to stay away from him, to keep him safe, because she knew she was fucked up, she was a bad egg, knew that she got her life in order, dying or not. I would like to think she would have incorporated him as a father.
Aye. Oh, well. But, mate, see another thing, it's, like, again, harking back to how this could have been a very different film, right? I read that there was other people turned down the part of Bubba, right? Just the thought of it. Ice Cube and Dave Chappelle turned down the role of Bubba.
I've seen the Dave Chappelle. I've never seen the Ice Cube, man.
Oh, mate. I was like, apparently Ice Cube went, he didn't want to play an idiot sort of thing. And Dave Chappelle, I think he turned it down. I can't remember what the reason was, but he says he's regretted it since. But I'm like, how fucking different would this film have been? Like John Travolta and Dave Chappelle. What?
Bill Murray and fucking Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Imagine saying, Ice Cube, how many shrimp and birds do you have? 99, baby. All the time, baby.
Oh, fucking it was just so weird.
Do you want to go and catch some shrimp? You can do it, put your ass into it. Oh, dear. Ice Cube. I love Ice Cube, by the way. I do. but knows Bubba. But they got Mykelti Williamson. Again, I think he's a solid wee actor. He's in his fucking 60s. He's been about for 40 years. He's a solid actor. He genuinely, I don't know if this was kind of one of his first films or no, but anything I've ever seen him in since, he kind of plays either a cop or a fucking social worker or something like that, doesn't he?
Yep.
Quite serious roles he plays. He's a fine actor.
I always it was spiffing, but because apparently after this he kept getting offered like comedy roles and all that, and then see when he went to auditions, apparently because he's got that big lip in this film, he would get turned down because he didn't have the big lip thing, and you're going, what? Fucking.
Thanks for coming in, Mykelti. Just do the lip thing for me there. That's what we're after. Do you want me to do a reading? No. You've just do that lip thing again.
See, when it rains, does your bottom lip fill up with water?
See, at school, were you called left opened cash register? It's a great line, actually, when they meet Lieutenant Dan for the first time in Vietnam. And he says to him, "What's wrong with your lip?" He looks at Forrest first after saying, "He just asked me that. I was born with big gums, sir." You better tuck that in. You gotta get that shot off it here.
Oh, mate. That's one of the best parts I know, by the way. And he goes, "Where are you from?" They go, "Alabama." And they go, "What, are you twins?" And they turn and look at each other. "No, sir, we are not relations."
Oh, you sound like Dick Van
So
Dyke. Yeah.
fucking brilliant. Fucking. I mean, see for how sad and tragic it is, this film. Like, see for the different characters and all that. The humour in it, I know, is brilliant. Assuming you get the humour, it is superb, man. Oh, like this.
Because, you know,
See, like,
it's unconscious
aye.
humour, especially if Forrest in it. He just says what comes to his head. It's Lieutenant Dan says to him, "Don't do anything stupid, like getting yourself killed." And then he says to Bubba, "I sure hope I don't let him down." I hope I don't die.
You know how I was saying to you, like, I didn't have like a specific favourite scene in this, it's just parts. See the whole Vietnam part of this film. It might be my favourite. Because it's just like, see just the bit with the drill sergeant screaming in his face. "Forrest, what is it?" And he goes, "Whatever you tell me to do, drill sergeant." "God damn it, Forrest, you're a genius."
Aye, and Bubba's still talking to him about shrimp, and he obviously assembles his rifle in pure record time. And then he shouts, "Finish, drill sergeant!" And the guy comes in and goes, "My God, why did you assemble that rifle so quickly?" "Because you told me to, drill sergeant." "My God, son, that's a company record. I can see you being a fucking captain." Oh,
mate, it's... But for me, anyway, my favourite character in it is Lieutenant Dan. He's just... It might be the actor, but it's just fucking superb, man. Especially a bit, see when they're on the shrimp boat and all that, and in the middle of this storm, and he's up there fucking screaming at the gods like that. The fuck, man. But aye, it's the whole Vietnam part is funny. Like, even see when they're on the trail, and he's like, "Some of the best men in America served in this army," and he's gone, "This was what's his name again?" Whatever it boils down to, like, this is when constant for whatever and all that, and he goes, "And Tex, I don't know where Tex is from." What?
Because their nicknames are obviously where they come from America, but he's no literate to know that Texas is for Houston, or I think that's right, isn't it? Texas, Houston, Houston, Texas, or Texas a state, isn't it? That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. When we were out, Lieutenant Dan was always getting these feelings, and he would always say, "Shut up and get down." Then he just goes to, "Shut up Get down. Brilliant, man.
Fucking...
One day, it started raining, and it didn't stop again for 4 months.
Aye, and they filmed that part in Glasgow, by the way. I mean,
in
don't let
July,
this outfit fool you. It has been pissing down for the last fucking 3-4 days.
I know.
Oh.
I know. Me and the boys had all grand plans to go out and do stuff, and I think we ventured into Clydebank on the bus for a wee to get out and get some air. Just couldn't go anywhere. It was teeming down, you know what I mean? Miserable. That's your July in Glasgow, people. Warm rain.
But aye. Oh, so mate, there's a lot bit. See the depression in this film, right? It is littered with absolute disaster. She just, and again, that was another thing that critics were what kind of, not really critics, but people were saying it was just a bit depressing. It was like depression mixed with an event in real time and then another depression moment. Know what I mean? I was like, come on, it's real life. Know what I mean?
Exactly. And there is hardships in it for him, Jenny, Ma, Dan, Lieutenant Dan, Mykelti, God bless him, Bubba. He gets shot, obviously. But like you say, mate, it's not oversaturated and it's needed. And another thing about the Forest, the impact it has on history with regards to John Lennon. I mean, whoever threw that in there was fucking, that's just genius, mate. You know what I mean?
I know. Although like we've already discussed, the accent was fucking horrible.
It was terrible. Terrible accent. They could have got better John Lennon than that.
I don't know, man. It was like just some mad English voice. No possessions.
That wasn't very good at all. Like, no. But he's done that. His impact, him being beside John Lennon on talk shows inspired John Lennon to write Imagine, right? And then when he's out running, the bumper sticker guy and the t-shirt guy, two of the most famous slogans and sayings in the world.
Aye.
Shit happens and have a nice day. That's fun.
Yep.
But
I see the fact like the events it affected and they were on point, like because apparently in the book he becomes an astronaut and helps America win the space race and all this. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would have been a bit. For as too far as the film is, that would have been too far. Know what I mean?
Even the aftermath of Vietnam as well, when he goes to the president and says, I heard you were shot at. I got shot in the buttock. I'd like to see that, son. He just drops his drawers in front of the president.
Jesus, son.
And then JFK before that. Yeah, how's it feel to become an all-American hero? I gotta go pee. Believe that boy needs a pee. Mal Monroe, know what I mean? There's another wee gem. Mal Monroe's photo in the toilet he's using. Fucking.
Aye. Mates. I don't know, because I've always not read the book, but see, it's like this has just been like, wrote for this film. It's been wrote superb, mate. See all the wee parts, like he's influenced like historic events and all that. It was just so well done. And no to the point that he was the focal point in that event in time, but just because he was there, he had a wee influence on it. Know what I mean?
Aye, definitely. As I say to you the other night, it's quite funny. I never really realised it, but President Nixon actually gets himself caught because he says to Forrest, where are you staying? No, I'll put you in a better hotel. Which ends up getting him caught for Watergate. You know what I mean? But even that, Forrest phones up the security guard and says, look, got to turn the lights off. The security guard gives his name, and that is the security guard that reported Watergate. I mean, fuck it.
Aye. It's superb, man. It's just, and obviously the big speech, see at the peace rally, and it's just you'd expect, like, what could Forrest Gump say that is going to be so inspirational about the war in Vietnam? And you've just got this general cunt comes and pulls all the wires it, and you don't hear it. And you're like, it's brilliant again, man.
And for 30 years, we didn't hear it. But much like Jenny's disease, the deep dive found out the information, and Tom Hanks himself says what he said at the peace rally. So when Forrest gets up to talk at the Vietnam rally in Washington, the microphone plug is pulled out and you can't hear him. Now, according to Tom Hanks, he said, sometimes when people go to Vietnam, they go home to their mamas without any legs. Sometimes they don't go home at all. And that's a bad thing. That's all I got to say about that. So there you go. Another box ticked, bow tied. Put that away in the corner.
Right.
So it was simple but effective. You know what I mean?
Nah. Because again, that was another thing that everybody was like, what did they say? Fucking blah, 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 blah. And you're like, ah.
But
You don't
could have
need to
went
hear
the
it.
rest of our life without hearing that. You're right.
No, no, I mean, it was just funny because it's that wee guy with the American shirt on. After it, he's just like leans on his shoulder. You said it all, man. You said it all. You're like,
And he
what?
is quite a famous guy in history, and that rally did happen as well, but I forgot to write it down again. So I did.
Uh-huh.
It was an angry wee man, kept saying the F word all the time.
But I'd say another favourite scene of mine, but it's more down to Tom Hanks' acting, is when he's at Jenny's grave. And it's just solely down to his acting, mate. I mean, there's nothing great that happens at that part. It's majorly depressing. Like, majorly. You know what I mean? You're sitting there having your crying wank. I'm in a case of spermulite. But aye, see, just his acting, mate, just talking to this poor dead woman and just breaking down and all that, talking about his boy, mate. It was quality acting, man, quality.
As I've got it all down there. I can't even read it. Can't even read it out, man. It just about starts talking to her grave. You died on a Saturday. I was like, oh, for fuck. I had to turn it off again. Oh, mate, I couldn't do it, man. But he's Jenny's dead, and he's just keeping her up to date with what's happening. And I miss you, but wee Forrest is all right, and we've got a routine. We're doing stuff, and he's so. See when he says he's so smart, and he stops himself with breaking down. I'm like, oh, I'm breaking. Oh, you're right, mate. His acting is fucking phenomenal. There's even a wee bit earlier, right, when he talks about when he's sitting on the bench and he's talking about for the first time he breaks out his braces and he runs.
Aye.
And he says to the wee nurse who's not even listening, and it's like a wee boy, he just says it, now you won't believe it if I told you. And he smirks and goes, but I could run like the wind blows. Oh,
Aye.
it's just.
Tom Hanks is acting. Well, there's no worry to win the fucking Academy Award for it, but he's acting all the way through this is superb. It's and even Earl Gary, he get nominated for Best Supporting Actor because
I know, gutted
his acting through this is superb. Hey,
I'm gutted he never won it. I don't know who
I know,
did.
mate.
I don't want to know either. But
aye, but there's like so many parts in it with Forrest. Even even that part where he finds out he's got a son, and he starts getting emotional because is he like what I've got, or is he normal sort of thing? And you're like, cry, my boy.
Aye. But even before that, the way Jenny explains it to him, like his name's Forrest, like me. I named him after his daddy. You got a daddy called Forrest too? Still not getting it? You're his daddy, Forrest. And you see the change in his eyes, and he steps back. But
aye.
Jenny is the one person on the fucking planet that knows him better than himself, and she instantly calms him down. Look, you didn't do anything wrong. This isn't your fault, and all that. everything's all right. And then what you said, mate, that's the first thing comes to his mind is he, it's all right. He's like, oh, smart as fuck, man.
Aye.
Jerry doesn't say that. Oh, here, mate, smart as fuck, by the way. You know that times table? Oh, can do the 7 times table, no bother, mate. Oh, tell me.
See that microwave? Bolt it yourself.
He actually built the bicycle for the Scotsman out of a washing machine back in the day. Remember him? Chris Hoy or something like that? Can't remember.
And, again, didn't really shock me, but I was surprised by it at all. That was that wee boy's first film. I just thought he started with The Sixth Sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, wee dick.
But now we know that in The Sixth Sense, when he says, I see dead people, it's his ma. It's wee Jenny cutting about.
Oh, you went there.
Mum, I see dead people. I see her all the time with a crooked fanny. The hepatitis spilling out of eyeballs. Raping people.
Yeah. See, another thing, right? I'm actually surprised I know. See, for the whole Jenny thing, I know she's like a side character, but she's kind of integral to the plot sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always wondered if they'd thought about doing a film for her side, like showing her life.
Aye, it's a thought in it. Aye, a mirror image of the movie actor.
Aye.
Bloody good. And obviously, the scenes where they meet up would have remained the same. I think that would have been excellent. In fact, that's a great idea, mate. Never even thought of it. It's a shame that 30 years has went by. Because you wouldn't want anybody else to do it, would you?
This is true. Saying that, you can maybe get away with Margot Robbie. Don't mind Margot Robbie in films. She's...
You're talking about films of this gravitas, you want to stick loyal to the cast. So,
aye,
that's a great idea, mate. That's a good shout.
Could be another one, but just leave it alone. Then I nearly became the enemy there.
Oh man, see you out with that hat on. Just keep waiting. You fucking hitting it with a tin of pineapple chunks or something. It's good to.
You sure do care about your podcasting, Craig. Oh man.
See, again, we're fucking no scratching the surface of this at all. When Forrest just asks Jerry, will you marry me? And she just turns and looks at him and says, look, well, before she says anything, he goes, I'd make a good husband, Jenny. She says, you would, Forrest, you'd make a good husband. And but he realises, but you won't marry me. And she says, you don't want to marry me. And he says, you don't love me, Jenny. I'm like, oh, the boy in the win. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Oh, fuck me, man. And that's the night she rides him in it.
That's the night she rides him.
That's a sin for that boy.
That's so lovely written and all that, and then you just went, oh, that's when she mounted him like a bitch in heat.
That's when she decided to
had us up there and then brought us right back down into the slums. Like, hey.
Brilliant, man.
But see, in saying that, mate, the scene that does a lot of lines in this that are fucking superb. I'm back to Forrest talking at Jenny's grave. And for some reason they used it in Transformers. And it's just, what was it? If there's anything you need, I won't be very far away. And I'm like, why are you saying that? That's a depressing thing. Why are you saying that, big fun robot? Nobody wants to hear that.
I never knew that till the other now, but you're fucking ruined that for me.
See, Bumblebee, mind his voice box is fucked. Yeah, I think he says to the Shia LaBeouf character, if there's anything you need, I won't be very far away. Know what I mean? And you're like, are you repeating that Leave that at the end of that depressing film there.
Dire bush like that. Ah, ghost. I'm alive here.
Have I got hepatitis?
No, I know what it is. It's no AIDS, that's good. I'm dying of something else. Blood disease. Aye, that sounds a lot better.
There's no AIDS, that's good.
Better than that toxoplasmosis your Tommy had. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
And it's seen an
Bye.
right? Jenny's, they've got married and all that. And it's the final scene before the grave scene. And it's the wee scene at her bedside. And she says, "Were you scared in Vietnam?" And then Hanks just delivers this fucking answer, accompanied by the scenes. Do you know what I mean? It says, "Well, I don't know about being scared. Sometimes it would stop raining long enough for the stars to come out. And then it was nice. It was just before the sun goes to bed on the bayou, a million sparkles in the water, blah, 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 blah." And then she says, "I wish I could have been there with you." And he says, "You were." I was like, "Oh, fucking choking up, fucking talking about it now, man." Oh, dear.
Aye.
You were. I mean, fuck's sake.
What I mean, the character of Forrest Gump, it's so unintentional that it's a nice thing he said. Know what I mean? And it's like she's like spent majority of her life trying to find that thing. Know what I mean? She's trying to find it in the world that somebody would create all this and think about all that, but you know that, and it turns out it was him the whole fucking time. Know what I mean? And I think that's like the only time she says "I love you" into it, because I don't think she says any other time in the film. Know what I mean?
Aye,
It's
obviously does. But as simple as you just made that there, which is true, it was always him. I think she knows that, but she would have fucking broken him on the way. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, had have been had have been that nightclub doing lines, Mad Forest like that.
Pat's in the toilet for you, Forrest. Okay. That made my nose tingle. Why can't I feel my gut? I can't feel my gums. Oh, big gums, sir.
Any club I went to, I was sniffing.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! I wanna be a mule boat captain. A mule boat captain, what's that? Fucking drug running.
Forrest Gump, the cocaine cowboy.
Mad Bubba.
Fucking hell, man.
Smoke, crack, sniff cocaine, inject heroin. Top my nose.
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Man, oh fucking hell, man. Oh, even like see with that when he's getting married to Jenny as well, and Lieutenant Dan shows up. Lieutenant Dan, you got new legs.
Aye, titanium ally on the space shuttle. You got magic legs.
and apparently, right, I don't know how true this is, but old Gary actually spent time with David Murray to learn how to walk with the metal legs. I don't know how true that is. Just put it out there.
Do you know, I was sure I seen him in the director's box at a Falkirk game. I think it was a rainy Tuesday in '93. You think you're right, mate. Two of them are sitting up there legless. Fucking disgusting.
See, you know how he says there's a Foley up book?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, right?
Like
there is a sequel already written, but it was binned after 9/11 happened. A screenplay has already been wrote and all that, but it's been binned.
What was the reason for that?
I don't know. They just says everybody involved with it just thought, nah, after 9/11 happened. I don't know why, but apparently that put an end to Forrest Gump too. So
well, there you go. That's one to investigate. A wee nod to My Name is Errol, like Errol. Every still picture of Forrest during this film shows Tom Hanks with his eyes shut.
and I hope My Name is Eros took that inspiration for this film.
I'm sure it has. Forrest and Dan's Shrimp Emporium, Bubba Gump, is now a themed restaurant in over 33 locations around the world.
Aye.
I'm happy. That makes me happy, that.
Wait, see that as well, right? I remember watching this as well, like the first couple of times. See, obviously, when Lieutenant Dan says to Forrest Gump, I never thanked you for saving my life, and then just gets off the boat and swims away. I thought he died there and then. like he swam out to sea and died, and you're going like that. He never did say thank you. And I'm going, oh, is that my Danny? Is that my Danny away? You know what I mean?
And it must be
just
the only patches of water in the deep south that didn't have crocodiles in them and all.
But even that and all, mate, is fucking. See the scenes between Lieutenant Dan and Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, they're smashing. Just even that one, and see the room after the New Year, and I thank you for saving my life. No, men don't say these things.
Aye, true. There's another couple of good things in the film that go unnoticed unless you're looking for it. One of them is that with every transition of Forrest's age, one thing remains the same. In each first scene of each transition, he wears a blue plaid shirt. So there you go. There's another cracking wee thing that I forgot to write down, but I remembered. All the way through the film, Forrest has his button done to the top, and it's only when Jenny dies that he undoes his start button, which might not mean anything to MD, but I just think that's mental. Sweet.
But see another thing. I don't know if it's been done on purpose or it's just to compound your depression, right? But see all the way through this film, Forrest Gump always ends up alone. People always leave him. No, I mean, it's like Jenny leaves him various times in the film. Obviously, Bubba dies. Lieutenant Dan leaves him in the hospital. His mom dies. And then at the very end, obviously Jenny dies. And then at the very end, his boy gets on the bus and he's there himself again. And you're just like, fuck steak. Will somebody get this boy a Tamagotchi?
He will never be alone again, but with his son, do you know what I mean? Which is great. He's had all the money in the world, and it didn't change him. It didn't mean a jot, a thing. He pans it off through the film as if it's a hassle. You know what I mean? They've got too much money. So, I mean, it's fucking. So I guess I don't have to worry about money again. Because he invented Apple, I know. He invested in Apple. Invested in some sort of fruit company.
Lieutenant Dan invests my money in some kind of fruit company.
Amazing.
In fact, remember how you says that feather at the beginning, right, is an angel? See when the feather flies away, does that mean the angel's ditched him?
No, it means it's done its job. There you go. That's it. It's done its job. It's been with him. It's touched him. He's been touched. The way its next soul.
Forrest's angel was a loving angel. I was touching him.
And he kept it in a book. Prick. Oh dear.
Bye. That's because there's all sorts of obviously all sorts of lines in it that people say like again, I don't know why, but see if you just see somebody running, I automatically go, run Forrest, run.
Aye. Everybody who's seen this film has shouted that at somebody that has no place being there. Watching some shit's at my bus, fuck. Run, Forrest, run. Wait for his bus, that prick. Do you know what I mean? Something as daft as that. Oh, I'm busting for the toilet. Oh, run, Forrest, run.
Aye. I might not say it all the time, but see, that's all I've got to say about that. When I remember, I'll say it. You know what I mean? It's just
classic. Again, just timeless, quotable movie. Stupid as stupid does, what we've said about 40 times already as well. But aye, story arcs are plenty for everybody. And movie wise, mate, what you gain it out of 10?
it's a 10 easy.
Aye. If I was allowed to put an 11 on it, it would get an 11 for me, but it's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely brilliant film, but I'll never tire of watching, man. Never tire of watching it, and I'll be trying to get my Waynes to watch it when they're old enough to understand it and all that as well. It's people going about cinematic classics, and they kind of stop at the 50s and 60s as the golden age, and there's been good films since that, but there's not been cinematic classics. This is a fucking cinematic classic for me.
I think it's a film that will always stand the test of time because it's just, I think it's quite relatable in a lot of places for people. You know what I mean? Plus, there is a market out there for sadness. You know what I mean? There is, because again, this film doesn't really have a happy ending. You know what I mean? It's.
I know.
You know what I mean? It just carries on with the same theme. So it's superb, man. It's
how's it not have a happy ending?
Because it doesn't really. Because it's just
it's still tainted with tragedy. But
aye.
He married the love of his life, he had a child, and now he's going to be a daddy.
Aye. But that's the whole thing. But see that there's obviously the wee boy disappears on the bus and he's just sat there and you're just like that going, that's...
But he'll come back at 3 o'clock. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean,
his face...
just...
Do you know how his face is one of contentment? The bus has drove away, the feather's gone, he's got half a smile on his face as if life's good.
I don't know, mate. Maybe that's the reason for it. It's like a deadpan face sort of thing. Maybe it's left open to your interpretation because you see happy ending, and I kind of see still no a happy ending. You know what I mean?
But you're more attributed to a teary wank than am I. You know what I mean?
It's just a thing. Let's see, like a happy ending. Like a happy ending is like Jenny's still alive. He sits there with Jenny and he goes back up to the house as the boys away to school and then all that shit. Know what I mean? Maybe the old Ma, she's kicking about on a rocking chair. Know what I mean? Smoking a spliff. Know what I mean?
Keep her cataracts away. That'd have been good, Jenny, and living and all that, and then every 3 or 4 months, bipolar kicks in, she fucks off. So that'd have been good, maybe he sits on that bench all day till fucking wee Forrest comes back home. You never know. Do you know what I mean?
It's like I say, mate, all the way through the film, he ends up alone, and then at the end, he ends up alone again. Know what I mean? That's just how I read it.
Aye, but no, listen, that's how you choose to see it. Whereas I choose different. I choose to see that he'll never be alone again. Unless his boy, unless the bus crashes on the way to school and everybody dies in a tragic fire.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Maybe that is the bus for Jeepers Creepers too.
Oh, don't do that to the wee boy. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, his eyes are getting took, aren't they? Definitely. He's lovely eyes, that wee boy. His eyes are getting took.
He's got lovely eyes. Oh, no. But, no, it's just... Aye. And obviously, just like the angel has left Forrest. So, but hey ho,
So
smashing
there you
film,
go.
10 out of 10.
20 out of 20. A cinematic classic as far as we're concerned, folks. And if you've not seen it, give yourself the treat of watching it because it's stunning. Just sit back and enjoy it. Open your mind and let it get yourself immersed in it. It's great. So there we go, folks. Now at the beginning, we usually do say we shout outs to Seismic Cinema Diabolical and the Wreckfast boys, but we forgot there because I was so excited. You see, I had a beer there, and it was my birthday, and we were Forrest Gump in it, and we're right into it. So that was my fault.
And there was ice cream.
Ice cream. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. I always hate the way he puts it in that fucking metal bedpan. What a waste, you can't. Spoiling it for everybody. But obviously, we usually go over as well what we've been watching in the last 7 days. So, our silver tip, we'll do it now. What have you been watching the last week, mate?
Well, mate, I actually got myself to the cinema and I went to see, well, The Watchers, who I thought was M. Night Shyamalan, but it turns out it's his daughter.
Oh,
it was...
Morning Shyamalan.
Hey, but it was underwhelming for me, you know what I mean? It just didn't hold up to that intenseness that our dad's film usually do, you know what I mean? So it was so, but I also went to see The Bike Riders, Tom Hardy, Austin Butler and all that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed it. True story. Anybody's considering going to see it, go see it. Don't expect to see Sons of Anarchy. Know what I mean? It's no Sons of Anarchy. Know what I mean? It's more grounded.
Oh, I fell on my bikes.
Know what I mean? And I went to see A Quiet Place Day One, which does what it says on the tin. So, and again, if you're considering going to see that, I suggest you go see it. If you like the first two films, you'll like this. So,
that was you.
That was me. And I watched Bullet Train again because Bullet Train's just fucking superb.
I mean, watch that after that. I've not seen that. I haven't seen that in a New York minute. You know that way. Fucking, we done a review on that. Remember?
A spoiler-free review, I think.
Aye, they took off, didn't they? They took off well. This.
Yes, we definitely changed our tactic.
Aye, that Elvis and Thor: Love and Thunder. We'll stop there. We'll do good films.
Yep.
I thought Elvis was smashing.
Well, what about yourself, mate? Enough about me with my visual delights.
Oh, I've been ocularly heavy this past week, let me tell you. Ocularly heavy.
With your ocular devices?
I came across a wee dubbed film on Netflix called Under Paris. It was all right. It's about sharks. Coming into Paris and that. And watch it, it's good. It's not fucking thought-provoking or anything like that, but effects are quite good towards the end and all that kind of stuff. And I'd give that a watch. Obviously, the football's been on, but I've not really been watching the latter stages. I binged the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy in preparation for the fourth film that came out just yesterday, day 4, something like that. And by the way, I don't know what people are expecting for Beverly Hills Cop 4 if they've seen Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. It's on a par. It's shot the same and patterns kind of the same. People look older. Do you know what I mean? I think Judge Reinhold and the guy that plays Taggart and Serge didn't work. Didn't have to bring. I know why they brought them back in, not for nostalgia's sake, but fucking guy that plays Taggart looks as if he was getting worked for the back, man. I swear to God. Judge Reinhold, you see, what's up with him? He's not like that. You know what I mean? She took a stroke or something.
Possibly, mate.
Excellent.
These things
Here's
happen.
not melted for it.
Maybe that's his vaccine working. I don't know.
Maybe, mate. I bust season 3 of The Bear, and it's great. I don't know how a show can get better. Well, I don't know, but it's very rare that a show gets better and better and better. Series 3, the first episode is a fucking work of art. That's all I'm going to say to it. Get it watched. Try to start Shogun, but I think you need to be in the mood for that. So it's
Aye.
kind of, what do you call it? Subtitle heavy. I need to be tuned in to fucking watch subtitles. I rewatched the Dahmer documentary again because I liked it. I think it's great telly. Like a shitty subject, but it's factual and it's good. What else did I watch? Fucking Furiosa. Same as you, mate. It was alright. It was a bit all the other place for an origin story. And to have two factions no fighting one another and the big battle being in the middle and could have been done better.
Yep.
And then, by the way, I don't know why I decided to watch it, but I did. I watched that If.
Oh, right. Just John Krasinski. That's how I done A Quiet Place.
Fucking bloody good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good, uplifting, heartwarming film. Even though the wee lassie that's in it is the one that plays Judy in A Walking Dead. I don't think she's up to much actress-wise. I can't take her. She just looks like a apocalyptic Wayne, you know what I mean? And like you, I went to see A Quiet Place day one, and you're right, it does exactly what it says in the tin. It was a right good watch, enjoyed it. Some of the effects on that were good. And so did she have a terminal illness? Is that spoiler
I'm
alert?
just guessing. I'm just guessing it's possibly cancer, know what I mean? But she's definitely terminal anyway. So, I mean, I kind of get that. I reckon, see whoever wrote it, maybe directed it, they've maybe had somebody that's had cancer in their family, and I think it was more go out how you want to go out sort of thing. Hence, because I thought the plot was a bit fucking, but don't want to spoil it, but they're gone. She wants to go get a pizza before she dies. Know what I mean? Because it brings back all these memories and all that shit. But I suppose it's a thing. I'm going to do what I want to do before I go. So, yeah.
That was good. Good to see the cat survived anyway, you know what I mean?
I was waiting on it getting it. I was waiting on it dying. And I found out something about myself. Had it been a dog, I'd have been, oh no, don't do that to that dog. Seeing it was a cat, I was like, right, let's see how this bastard goes.
Ended up fucking one of the main characters in the movie, didn't it?
Aye.
And obviously, cats are, unless they're one of the billion cats that get the jangly fucking collars on, they're quiet as fuck, aren't they? Stealthy wee bastards. Which helps in this
stealthy
film.
creatures.
But do you know what I didn't? Here's a question. By the way, spoiler alert, if you've not seen A Quiet Place, turn off now. Because I want to ask Chris a question poignant to the film. See when he goes to get a medicine, right? And it happens upon a kind of nesting area. Well, I see it as a kind of nesting area. But they start eating the fucking, what I thought was eggs. What is that? Big furry egg things that you start chewing on?
I think it's something that's going to be divulged later. I think it's going to be something that we're going to see in another film because it's got you curious. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just see when they put something like that there, I've just got in my head that it's going to be prevalent in another film at some point. You know what I mean? So,
well, I look forward to that. But I liked him in it as well. I liked the way he just followed her about. He just went to go. She kept on ringing like, go and get the boat. And he doesn't even say anything. He's just walking about like a lost puppy. It's good.
Completely shell shocked. Know what I mean? But it was a good film, man. I enjoyed it. Monsters doing monster things. Know what I mean? You just didn't need to try and understand them, and somebody try and tame one. Oh, that's a good one. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
That's not like your Terminator, man. There's no reason, no bargaining with they fuckers, I'll tell you that. They're getting chowed, and that's it.
But
The one,
no, you go, mate.
I was just going to say the worst thing about going to see that film was eating crisps.
Aye.
Because I felt like every time I crunched, the whole auditorium theatre could fucking hear me crunching on a crisp. You know what I mean?
But forgot to mention, I went on my mad animated delight fucking series the other night and all.
I just didn't want to ask you.
Oh, anybody doesn't know. I was out at the pub to watch the football. I came back, I had a couple of margaritas, and I started playing songs for cartoons that I liked. And you know what I done the next day when I was hungover? I watched the cartoons. And did I regret it? Not. So we had All Dogs Go to Heaven, we had Balto, The Quest for Camelot, The Black Cauldron, Oliver and Company, The Lion King, Toy Story. Oh, The Land Before Time. Oh, it was smashing. I'll tell you right now, could have died happy on that couch.
Depressed, man. Your heart must have stopped. The American Tail away for just ending it.
Oh, and Hercules and all. I watched Hercules.
Mama. I've never seen Hercules.
Oh, get it watched, mate. See James Wood as Hades. Smashing. And they're actually doing a live action version of it. So that's not getting watched. Look, I didn't watch the new Lion King. That's patched. So
no. In fact, Hemsworth don't get approached for Hercules. Might just make
might have. No, I think that was the rumour. Danny DeVito is going to play his V character again, which is hilarious. So aye. Oh, it was a delight. I was in there in my element, singing along all the songs and all that.
I put my Moana on for the boys the other day, and that's something I've never sat down and watched. I never watched it yesterday either, or busy doing other things, housework and that, but I didn't really tune into it. But that's getting made into a live action, isn't it? That's The Rock's going to play his own character as well.
Yep. Aye. They're just cashing in on all that stuff. But aye. But if you want a wee delight, watch Quest for Camelot. That was smashing. Gary Oldman, he plays the baddie and all that. Mm-hmm. And you had Don Rickles and Eric Idle and all that. Smashing, so it is.
Aye. Quest for Camelot, that sounds good.
I'll tell you right now, I paid £3 to watch it on the Prime. There you go. I will not be denied my delight.
Before we wrap up, I just want to say this week has been the week where we have been seeing one hell of a lot of stills from the set of Superman, the new Superman that's going to be with us next summer. And it's kind of gutting me. I don't mind seeing one or two, but it's every day, man, we're seeing more and more and more. And I'm not liking it.
They did this on purpose.
I'm not liking what's going to come. I'm fucking super excited for what's going to come, but I just need to stop seeing stills of him in the suit and then all these million other characters as they make an appearance.
No. Well, for me, it's been Gladiator 2. I've been seeing Denzel and all that, and that boy for A Quiet Place. He's in it, I know.
That's right. Aye.
So, but I think they did this on purpose now. See this shots on set and leaks and all that. I think this is a way of marketing it. No, know what I mean?
Free advertising.
Aye. So it's just get people excited and get people talking and all that. Know what I mean? Just.
Aye.
But then they'll release a trailer that's about fucking 3 minutes long and show you the film anyway. Know what I mean? So
it's a shame. It's sad. It's a world we live in, I suppose, isn't it? Scoop's a scoop.
Aye.
And now everybody's get the chance to, in their pocket, to fucking be the scoop. But there you go, folks. So, listen, that is Series 4. Done and dusted, wrapped up in a wee bow. We've had some laughs. We've had a drink. We've reviewed some fucking belters over the last 25 episodes of this series and the 100th in its entirety, and we've loved doing it. So we're happy to say we will be back for Series 5 with a wee shake-up. And the first shake-up is, if you've not been watching or listening, if you're new to the pod, thank you, by the way, and all the people that have come onto our YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter over the last week. Thank you so much. I've been doing a bit of networking, you see, but so have you. And TikTok as well. So thank you. If you're just joined us, we do appreciate it. Going forward, Chris and I have both constructed a list of 50 of our favourite films. We don't know what they are. We don't know what they're numbered either. And we're going to decide week on week. Pick a number. Spin that wheel. And see what we're going to get. So it's going to be a wee shot in the dark. And I'm also going to have a wee think about another couple of things we might be able to incorporate into the format going forward. But being the fucking gentleman as I am, Christopher, I'm going to let you decide for the opening episode of Series 5. Would you like to choose or would you like to be chosen?
I will choose one of yours.
You'll choose one of mine?
Aye.
Right, so here we go, folks. This is it. Let me get some jazzy music behind this. 1 to 50.
Quiet
Chris.
in the studio, please. Dum dum. Dum, dum. What's that? I used to go.
50.
Bo, bo, bo.
1 to 50, Chris. You pick a number, and I will tell you what it is on my list of 50.
Oh, I'll pick my favourite number then, right? And I'll go with number 9. Or as the Germans say,
No.
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aye, 9. Number 9 on my list of 50 is something we mentioned last week. And it is The Warriors.
Oh!
So let me just put my wee tick beside that to make sure that's it chosen. I nearly showed you my list there to prove it was number 9, but I can't be showing you that. You clink the bottles, son. So there we go. Episode 1 of Series 5. We will be opening with The Warriors, which I've only ever seen once. And
I've got that. That really took off. Rockstar brought a PlayStation game of that out, and it just set the Warriors into Merce fandom.
So. Like a skyrocket in flight. Afternoon delight. So once again, folks, thank you very, very much. Hope you enjoyed the show. Share us with your pals, share us with your enemies, share us with a stranger. Come across us in a plant pot. You can find us absolutely anywhere. We need to think of something else to do for the next 25 episodes and keep going to death now. Aye. Check us out, man.
Aye. And I'll just repeat what Craig just said. Cheers for listening, liking, sharing. Know what I mean? And keep listening, tell your people. And that's all I have to say about that.
So join us in Series 5 where Chris and I will be like peas and carrots again.
Bye.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.